1, 4. Catch it up. 1, 4. 1, 4.
Okay, I think it looks to me like 2 and 1. 2 and 1. All right. Now, it's kind of amazing because we needed one of each, and we got one of each.
Yeah.
What I'd like to do here is we're going to split. Let's put group.
Oh, man.
Okay, so we're going to put groups 4 and 2 together, and we're going to put groups 3 and 1
We're merging
together. Then we're going to split you into 2 teams and have you go into 2 different rooms down the hall. And then what we need you to do in art department, who's the art department? And we don't have one yet, actually, but we do have some artists in here. Who considers themselves artists in here? Raise your hand. Artists, come on. Artists are proud to be artists now. Come on. All right, where my artists at? All right. I need to make sure I have at least 2 artists in each team because I want to capture the nuance of costuming, set design, all the things that we need to make sure we have in the stories so that the stories completely evolve. So we need to not only have storyboards that lay out where scenes take place, but we need to know what all's in each of those scenes. If there's a lamp, if there's a chair, if there's makeup, if there's clothing, we need to know what it is so that we can start working on acquiring those things. So I need, how many of my artists are in the immigration group?
Which one?
It doesn't matter. Immigration's gonna all be together. And then who's in the sex trafficking group? So it looks like we got a good even balance. Art department, those of you who are artists, I want you to pay very close attention to the stories as they're evolving. And I want you to make notes about things you think might help enrich the visual impact of the story. You can write them down. You don't have to share them right now. But then once we get ready to start developing our scenes, then we're going to have you give us some input on what kind of stuff we need to acquire to make pictures look better. Okay? So if you envision set of props, then start listing those props. And you can always go back and scratch stuff out if you don't think it's necessary. But as the story is being told and people are going over and over and over, you can start writing down things you think might help make it look even cooler. And if you can think of things that'll help make each of the scenes richer in terms of how are we going to portray a younger person versus an older person. We need to be able to visually do that and make it believable. When you're telling stories and we're creating our scenes, sometimes we don't think about how this is going to look when we have limitations in terms of where we're shooting, how many people we have to pull from. Last year we had to hire a young artist from Sumner to come in and be the kid who was the antagonist in that film because we didn't have any